You are here for a purpose. And as human beings, I believe that it is our job to realize our purpose, discover our purpose, cultivate it, and share our purpose with the world. Just like a seed, it needs to be planted in healthy soil. It needs to be cultivated. It needs to be taken care of, remove weeds and all of that, so that it can grow and be fruitful and continue to produce other seeds. Now, from my point of view, you cannot do that if the soil is not healthy, aka if your body is not healthy. I see so many people chasing wealth, chasing relationships, but not enough people are chasing health. Not enough people understand that without healthy soil, the seed cannot grow to its full potential. And in that sense, without a healthy body, you cannot become the best version of yourself. You cannot fulfill your biggest potential. As someone who is in healthcare, everybody puts their body behind them. It's like an afterthought. They don't think about what their body is doing for them. They don't realize how amazing this bodysuit is. They don't realize the connection between the body and the mind. And they wonder why they're not able to achieve the things they want to achieve. It's your body and your mind work together. If the inputs are not healthy, if the foods that you're eating are not healthy, if the activities that you're doing are not healthy, the outcome is not going to be healthy. And even if you have an outcome that is perceived as healthy or as wealthy or as any of those things, in your mind, you're going to be suffering because there's a huge component of you that is not healthy. And so, as people who are trying to figure out our purpose in life, to me, the most important part of figuring out your purpose is going to be making sure you have a healthy body. If you don't have a healthy body, you don't have a healthy mind. And if you don't have a healthy mind, you cannot then use that amazing computer that's in there to realize your potential. If you have a talent, you can't do it because you have brain fog or you're depressed or you're anxious. And all of that is also tied to your body, right? If your gut health is not healthy, if your gut is not healthy and it's not producing healthy hormones or healthy neurotransmitters, then you're gonna have an unhealthy mind. And so it's all connected. And I want people to realize that if you want to be successful in life, it could be in relationships, it could be in wealth, it could be in anything that you want to achieve. It all starts with a healthy body and a healthy mind. And if you will make health the most important part, well, maybe not the most important part, depending on who you are. For me, spirituality is the most important part. And in being spiritual, I take care of the vessel that has been given to me. But if you will focus on taking care of that vessel, it will help you so much in terms of helping you to realize your potential, helping you to cultivate the potential that you have, and you will have the results that you're looking for. You will have the wealth that you're looking for. You will have the relationships you're looking for. You will have everything that you want. But it all starts with having a healthy body and having a healthy mind. And all of those things are going to occur once you are putting in the healthy things, healthy inputs, healthy foods, healthy messages into your mind. All the things that you put into your mind, they have to be healthy in order to have a healthy outcome. And so we live in a world that's very chaotic, that's very negative, and we eat foods that are very unhealthy because that's what's available to us. But we have to become more intentional about everything that is going into our body and into our minds. So this means that you have to start eating whole foods and less processed foods. This means that you need to work on exercising and prioritizing sleep and drinking water. This means that you have to forego the things that are pleasurable, which is usually going to be processed foods and sugars and alcohol and all those things, right? Not that you have to get rid of it completely, but you need to make sure that the majority, and I would say between 80 to 90% of what you eat or what you put in, has to be positive in order for your whole being to be healthy. And that goes with your mind as well. What are you reading? What are you watching? Is it healthy? Is it helping you to go towards your goal? I have a goal of empowering women to live a life of ease. And for me, ease is like flow. It's living in your purpose. It's creating from your genius. And all of those things are not going to be possible if you don't have a healthy mind and if you don't have a healthy body. And so the inputs that you put in are going to be so crucial for the results that you're going to get. I recently just lost 2 family members who were very young and I presume healthy, but they're not here anymore. And it's just really touching and just really upsetting to know that their health is the reason why they're not here. The focus, unfortunately, was on other things, on providing, on material things, and unfortunately the health was put on the side. And then now they're not here. They're not here to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They're not here to spend time with their families. They're not here. And so that has helped me to really come on here and speak on this. This is something that I do on my own as a person who's in healthcare, but also as a person who has a chronic medical condition. My health is the most important thing in my life, and I do everything possible to take care of it. But I think the losing these family members has shifted something in me and made me want to talk a little bit more, or a little bit beyond just skincare and looking good. And it's way more than that, right? And I hope that somebody is going to take this message in the positive way and is going to resonate with them. But when people die, it gives you a chance to reevaluate life. You ask yourself what is important, and for me, it is more important to help other women, to empower other women to choose to cultivate their seed and to realize their potential, than it is to do things in my office like skincare and aesthetics. And that is still part of the process, right? As women, we want to look good. It's just part of who we are. So that is part of me realizing my potential and helping women feel as confident as possible. But confidence is just one part of it. The other part of it is making sure that women are healthy mentally and physically. And so here I will talk a little bit more beyond skincare and aesthetics, and I will just share some of my views on what I think we should be doing as women. You don't have to listen to what I have to say, but I feel called to start talking about these types of things because life is short. Life is so short. And I think it would be a disservice to yourself if you're given the gift of life and you don't do something profound with it, right? So I'm encouraging myself to put myself out there and share my thoughts, but I'm encouraging other women as well to seek not only their purpose, but to realize it. I keep going back to this analogy of seeds just because I grew up as a farmer, and I believe we're all here. All of us who come to this earth, if you're alive, you're coming in with a seed, right? And so your whole life is all about discovering that seed, cultivating that seed, getting that seed to grow into this amazing tree that bears fruit. And not fruit in terms of kids, that could be part of your purpose, but fruit in terms of how you help people in the world, fruit in terms of how you contribute to your society. And we cannot do any of that if we don't have a healthy body, if we don't have a healthy vessel. And so I think part of my purpose in life is to help people become as healthy as possible. And it's really simple. Like I said, it's just the inputs. But simplicity is not always easy. And so I hope that with my channel and with my maybe daily vlogs, I don't know, I'm doing this in a hotel room in the morning at 7 in the morning, but I'm hoping that with these vlogs, I will reach at least one person every day. And if I can do that, then I think I am helping not just myself, but helping other people to really look inwards, look internally, and focus on why they're here. Because I swear, the noise and the chaos is crazy. And sometimes you just have to take a step back and ask yourself, why am I here? And it has nothing to do with what's happening outside. It's more important to figure out why you're here. Because once you realize your purpose and you work on your purpose and you work on bearing fruits from your purpose, it will affect everybody outside. And I think that the mistake that we make so much is that we focus too much on the outside and not enough on what's going on the inside. If you think about it, we as human beings, we have only used maybe 10% of our brain capacity. Like, what happens if you focus on your internal self? What can the other 90% help you achieve, you know? So I guess this is just like a random vlog. I'm just thinking a lot this morning, but at the end of the day, my point with this video is for you guys to really focus on your purpose. Ask yourself why you're here and work towards that goal. You know, why are you here? I'll say for me, one of the things that I'm realizing is that my goal or your purpose is usually tied to something painful in your life. So, for example, me, I've been a chronic asthmatic my whole life, and so I have a huge appreciation for breathing. Every morning I wake up and I can breathe easily with the help of medications that I take every day. I am thoroughly grateful that I have the ability to breathe, because I know what it's like to go weeks, months without being able to breathe. I know the feeling of feeling like I'm drowning, but I'm still alive. I know the feeling of asking God to just help me get through one night, you know, help me, because the nights are always hard for me, or used to be hard for me, and so just get me to the morning, right? And so my pain has always been that I've chronically been unhealthy. Not unhealthy, but I have a chronic illness that makes me appreciate health. And so it kind of made sense that I went into medicine and I wanted to help other people with their health. And it just so happens I ended up in aesthetics and internal medicine, and I never had an appreciation for the outside of a person's health, right? How people view themselves, how people how what they see in the mirror affects their health, mentally and physically. And so it's been a blessing ending up in this part of medicine. But now I want to go beyond that. I don't want to just talk about the superficial. I don't want to just talk about skincare and aesthetics. I think that it is more important to use the internal medicine side of my education to really help women take control of their lives and take control of their health. So that's what I'll be doing on this channel. You'll see a mix of skincare content, aesthetic content, and internal health content, and mind and body content, because basically my content is where I am in the world, and where I am is I am at a point in my life where I am not afraid to speak on the things that I think about, and I'm not afraid to speak to one person every single day in hopes that I can help inspire them to take better care of their health. And in doing so, I know that if they take care of their health, they will be able to realize their potential, or they'll be able to work to get closer to their purpose, right? So, okay, I'm not even sure if that made sense, but if it did, or if you found this video good, or if it helped you in any way, just let me know. Put a comment below, and I will also put some resources in the description about some of the things that I have to offer people. In terms of, I have an ebook that teaches you how to create hormonally balanced meals. I have a course that teaches you how to reverse insulin resistance and lose weight. And yeah, and I'll be making more videos around all of those topics, so stay tuned for that. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you in the next video.